Shalom, Israel. It's your boy New Breed. That's to the world over. Coming through with another video. In this particular video, I wanted to talk about how targeted individuals tend to be very high-level intellectual thinkers. All right. And I also want to speak about how gang stalkers tend to be very vain, carnal, low-level type of thinkers. And I want to basically help all you TIs out there deal with their everyday struggle and walk amongst the weak-minded. All right, because that's what they are. Now, for those who are not familiar with some of the terminologies that I'm using, a targeted individual is just one who is a victim of gang stalking. Gang stalking, in short, is organized mobbing. All right. Now, I had a person ask me once, is organized mobbing or gang stalking real? And I had to ask that person, is the CIA real? Is the FBI real? Is COINTELPRO real? You got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, for as long as time has been going, there have been people who've organized and came on a collective forefront to target one individual or a group of individuals. But it's been going on forever. So the reason why you have technology that's geared towards eavesdropping is because we're living in a system where, you know, people are being monitored. You're in the age of technology. You have certain devices from Amazon that can look through walls in your house. So obviously, you know, they're watching the people. Certain people stand out more than others. So these people become pretty much the blunt of the aggression. Now, these certain characteristics that these people possess is the reason why the powers that be deem them as a threat. See, ladies and gentlemen, these perps, they don't just choose their marks based on some random situation or something that was said. They're actually looking at certain characteristics. They're looking at people who are highly adaptable in different situations. So depending on what group or agency you're being targeted by, they're doing certain things to basically see how you adapt to certain situations. You know, you have some agencies that do things to test your resolve, your patience, make your life inconvenient just to see how you push through and persevere. It is simply an issue of people fearing what they don't understand. Since targeted individuals are so highly intellectual, then these perpetrators, they fear them. They're confused. See, the system that we live in has been set up to make you believe a Hegelian dialect. All right? Everything has an opposing side. You can either believe one way or another. Targeted individuals don't see the world that way. We're a lot more analytical. All right? We're a lot more observant. Let me give you an example. When you're having a daily conversation with, let's say, a low-level thinker, you'll ask them a question or they'll ask you a question about your opinion on something. It could be, let's say, Donald Trump, right? They ask you your opinion on Donald Trump, you either yay or nay. When in actuality, the observant person, the analytical person is going to look at the whole picture, the bigger picture. Regardless of who the president is, this system that we live in there has been geared towards a Luciferian satanic culture, a new age Babylonian belief system for decades now. So regardless of who's been in the office, the same agenda has been taking place. So that's what a targeted individual or a high level, higher perspective thinker, that's how they would see it. Like, that doesn't matter. Just because the media put Donald Trump and try to fuel race wars and white versus black and, oh, if you for this or for that, just because they set up a Hegelian dialect for a low-level person to think on, to debate on, doesn't mean that the intellectual, the wise, The people who are elect, the people who are chosen by the Most High God, see things the same way. And these people are so low level that, they're looking at you like you're weird. You're strange. I've had various people talk to me and say, people think I'm weird, people think I'm this, and people think I'm that. Guess what? You are weird. You are strange. You are different. Remember, the scriptures say that he talks to a peculiar people. Peculiar. That's what you are. You're different. And that's a good thing, not a bad thing. Everybody wants to fit in. Somebody needs to stand out. Somebody needs to speak about things differently from the rest of the world. Somebody needs to look at the overall picture. We need people who are peculiar, different, or set apart. The word holy only means set apart, ladies and gentlemen. So don't worry about what these people think, because they're low-level thinkers. And to be quite frank with you, you're better than them. Oh yeah, you're better than them. You're more intellectual. You understand the mysteries of this world more, and you're just better than them. That's right. See, this agenda and propaganda that the world has set up for you to make you think it's a such thing as equality, that's nonsense. There's no such thing as equality. There'll never be equality. There'll always be people who are higher level thinkers and lower level thinkers. And once you understand your value, you'll understand that everybody shouldn't be blessed to be in your presence. Straight up like that. And people are like, well, that seems kind of rude, seems kind of mean. No, as a targeted individual, as one who has been through the perils of being stalked, watched, criticized, ostracized, and basically shunned from people, you have the right to see who you are, and you have the right to understand who you are and understand your value. All of these people who have set up these different tactics against you, you're better than them. And you should understand that, because any scumbag that has to roll in a group, any scumbag that has to set up different agencies to go against you, whether it be in a Freemason lodge, operating in secrecy, being cowardly, you're better than them, because you're outright with the truth, outspoken with the truth, and it is what it is. And that's for all of those TIs who are outspoken, because that's also one of the characteristics. All right. So it's for various reasons, it's various agencies, and there's no longer what you call freedom of speech. Freedom of speech comes with a price. You can say what you want, but you have to pay the price. And for years, for nearly 100 years, they've showed us that. Everyone who has become prominent and has gotten a certain level of influence, and those people were violently taken out before our eyes. That's to keep us in a slave mentality. That's to keep us within a social construct that we must think beyond. See, one thing about it on this channel, we speak about being targeted individuals from a mental, physical, and a spiritual level as well. So we're not just speaking about a physical battle here. As the scriptures say, we battle not against flesh and blood, but wickedness and principalities in dark places. So we understand that we're dealing with a spiritual war. So we're looking at this from a different vantage point. So what that means is we understand that everything that happens in the spiritual realm is manifesting physically. We're dealing with people who are demonically possessed. We're dealing with people who are falling into moral decay. We're dealing with people who are pretty much psychopaths. And yeah, you're weird, you're strange, you're different. But who's to say what strange is when you're living in a system where fact has become stranger than fiction? And one who is simply thinking outside of the confines of their propaganda is deemed or labeled a certain way. You're better than them. You're more valuable than them. Targeted individuals are geniuses, ladies and gentlemen. Targeted individuals are geniuses. They have decided to follow the Most High God in a world where everything is being geared towards a satanic culture. This world we living in has become a pretty much free for all for demons. And when you're speaking against this construct, you're going to be labeled, just like the prophets of old were labeled. So what we got to understand is how to continue to maneuver wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. You know what I'm saying? You got to be wise because, as the scriptures say, Satan is like a roaring lion seeking who he may devour. So he's looking for people to be caught slipping. Now, when you're thinking about it from that spiritual aspect, you understand that, hold on, I'm valuable. I'm valuable. The Most High God chose me to be different, holy, set apart. Holy only means set apart. Once you understand that value, you will understand that everybody should not be blessed with your presence. That will keep you maneuvering wise, because you got to in these times. And as we speak about gang stalking, we're not just speaking about those who may be, I would say, stalked by agencies or criticized, ostracized, and false rumors, all of that. We're speaking about just groups in general, because it could just be a group of people in your neighborhood who just see the light in you, you're shining that light, and they don't like you for it. So they're targeting you any way they can. They may key your car. They may flatten your tire. They're just people out there who just hate certain people. And you don't have to do anything to them, ladies and gentlemen. Some people may be like, well, why would anybody hate me? I try to be empathetic. I try to be nice. They don't need a reason. They're demon possessed. What reason do they need? You're trying to remain set apart, live a holy, righteous life. Those demons don't like that. These low-level thinkers are controlled by spirits. They're controlled by spirits. These low-level thinkers are vain. They think that you're here in this life, you're here for a certain amount of time, then you wither away, you return to the dirt. There's nothing more after this. A lot of gang stalkers are atheists in their beliefs. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not just flesh and bones, skin, eyeballs, whatever. We have a spirit and a soul within us. Now that spirit or soul that you possess can do great things in the spiritual realm. That spirit or soul that you have was chosen by the Most High God, and you are manifested into what you are now, and you have a goal. You have a mission in life. You are special. You are important. You have a mission in life. Now, anybody else, all of these atheistic, low-level, vain, carnal thinkers, they don't want you to think that way as people in this day and age. Due to all these societal changes, they want us to be vain. They want us to work our 9 to 5, don't ask any questions, be entertained, be worthless eaters, so that they can sit behind closed doors and pretty much destroy the righteous. They don't want us to ask any questions. They don't want us to think outside the box. But now is the time more than ever to question everything, to be open-minded, to do your research, to study, to show yourself approved. Now is the time more than ever to focus on longevity, focus on our next move, so to speak. Because although there are people out here who are atheistic, have no beliefs, believe in nothing, right? The powers that be, the controllers, they have a belief. And they follow their belief system religiously. They sacrifice him religiously. There's a reason why you have missing children. There's a reason why all of these things are taking place. Why are so many children missing? See, these are the questions that we got to ask. What is taking place during these holidays? If we know that these holidays are not biblical, if we know, well, whose holidays are they and what are they doing on these holidays to serve their God? What's taking place here? We gotta research. We gotta think a lot deeper than what's been put in front of us, ladies and gentlemen. And you know, this video is basically to let you know, all you TIs out there, that you're geniuses. The reason why you've been targeted, because you possess certain characteristics that the powers that be don't have. And it all boils down to man fears what he don't understand. They don't understand how they put forth all of this money, trillions upon trillions of dollars, on an education system, on vaccinations, on Hollywood propaganda. They put all of this money, time, effort, and energy on brainwashing you, and you can still see the world for what it is. And you're still vibrant in your thoughts. You're still thinking on a higher positive level, and you're not being destroyed mentally. You're still thinking outside the social construct. So that scares the powers that be. I had a person ask me one time, they said, well, why would the powers that be, which they have military, they have it all. They got nukes, they got all of the money, they printed like Monopoly paper. Why would they be afraid of people who are lower middle class, who are basically 2 paychecks away from being in the streets, who are struggling and hustling and bustling day to day? Why would they care about them? That's when you need to understand your value. Because the Most High God chose you. Throughout time, there's always been certain people out there who was a threat to the powers that be. And believe it or not, you just living set apart, trying to be empathetic, being kind to people. You're living in a world where everybody is turning cold-hearted. So that shines a light on you from the get-go. But as long as there be righteous, powerful people, there will always be agencies set up to watch, stalk, and gain information on those people. It will always be that way, ladies and gentlemen. But that shows you in itself how valuable you are, how intellectual you are, and how much better than them you are. So, hope this video gives you motivation to continue on in this perilous fight that we're going against these demonic forces that's operating all over the world, against any type of spirit of addiction, any type of problem, the demon of depression, all of these things that we face. I hope you understand who you are in order for you to understand that these demons are more terrified of you than you should be of them. And you can cast all of these things out with brute force and the energy that the Most High bless you with. So continue walking in peace, shalom, and peace.